Freddy Heineken was one of Europe's richest men, who had built his family's brewery into a multi-billion-dollar powerhouse. On November 9, 1983, gunmen seized him and his chauffeur outside Heineken's Amsterdam headquarters, sparking a global manhunt for the missing billionaire, his kidnappers and the $11 million ransom. The voice of Freddy Heineken crackled as a tape recorder was pushed against the mouthpiece of a payphone. "This is the owl. Is the ransom ready? And is the mouse present for immediate departure?" Heineken's words triggered an unprecedented operation as his family's namesake company prepared to transfer one of the world's largest ever known ransom payments, the equivalent today of $30 million in 4 different currency. Meanwhile, Dutch police readied themselves to arrest the kidnappers, who had seized headlines around the world along with one of Europe's richest and most famous businessmen weeks earlier. Alfred Freddy Heineken, grandson of the founder of the Heineken brewery and the marketing and deal-making genius who had made the company's beer a global brand, left his office in central Amsterdam on a cold evening in November 1983. He expected to be greeted by his long-serving chauffeur, Doderer, but instead he was confronted by men carrying guns, who, after a brief scuffle, bundled him and his driver into a delivery van. What Heineken couldn't have known at the time was that his mansion, office and daily routine had been under surveillance for months by a gang of 5 men who had planned with military precision a crime that was meant to net a king's ransom. The men stalking the billionaire, Cor van Hout, Willem Holleeder, Frans Meijer, Boellaard and Martin Erkamps, had met as teenagers and young adults in a hardscrabble district of the Dutch capital. The gritty Amsterdam of charismatic ringleader Van Hout's youth contrasts with the modern Netherlands, which has shuttered prisons as crime rates have fallen to record lows. In his account of the kidnapping published by Dutch journalist Peter R. de Vries, Van Hout paints a picture of early success based on a legitimate construction business, scoring property deals by using strong-arm tactics on squatters, along with other shady activities that resulted in brushes with tea. Van Hout claims the men started to seek a big score after an economic downturn cramped their passions for luxury cars, race horses and partying. Former Dutch police, however, suspect that Van Hout's property deals and business were just a cover for his gang's involvement in a series of unsolved armed robberies. Before the kidnapping of Heineken, the Netherlands had largely been untouched by an epidemic in Europe during the previous decade of high-profile kidnappings motivated by profit and politics. But Van Hout and the other men began to scour the society and finance pages of the Dutch press for targets. We'd established a few principles.